Now let us understand what are double dimensional arrays. Earlier we have seen what are single dimensional arrays. So when we declare int a of 5, we got an array of 5 integers, something like this. Now when it comes to double dimensional arrays, we will mention two dimensions here. One is the row size and the other is the column size. Now this is a kind of a matrix when it comes to mathematical model. Now here the row index begins with 0 and also the column index begins with 0. So individual elements could be accessed using their index. So for example, here I am going to access this element as a of 0 of 3. 0 stands for the row index and 3 stands for the column index. Because it starts with 0, so 3 represents the fourth column. And similarly, the row index also begins with 0. So if you are looking to access this element, you will normally use a of 2 of 0. So this is pretty straightforward. Let us see how to use it with an example, and I will start with a very basic example here. I will say 2D array ex1.c. Now here I am going to replicate this visual diagram. So I am going to declare an array of size 3 and 4. So that is a 3 by 4 matrix. Now here, in order to read all the values, we need two loops. One is for row index and the other is for changing the column index. For that, let's declare two variables here, I and j. So I'll start with 0 and this assume that this is the row index. So I can go till 2, that is less than 3 means 2, and I plus plus. So this is the row index. So here I am using I for changing the row index. So that is 0, 1, 2. And we will also again read j equal to 0 and j less than 4. That means j less than 4 or j less than or equal to 3, whatever is convenient for you. J plus plus. Now let us read the value of ampersand a of I of j. So in order to just make it more readable, I will just print row and I will print percentage d. So this is just for our convenience. Now once we are done, now we read the values, read the values of the array, and we will print the values here, print the values. So def values are, I will print a slash n. Now same, we will again start with 0, I till, we will go till less than 3, or for your convenience you can say less than or equal to 2. And for each row, j will move from 0 to 3. And we will simply print the value of a of I of j. Now I'll just give a space just to ensure that I get some space there. Now let us compile and see what is the outcome of this program. Now enter the value for row 0, column 0. I'll give 10, 20. Now you see that the values are printed like this. You may expect that this to be printed like a matrix. That is only for your convenience. You want to display that as a matrix, you can still display that as a matrix. Let's see how to do that. For each row, I will just print a new line. That's all. Whenever the row changes, we will print a new line. You can put slash n here or you can put slash n at the end. That is up to you. After printing the row, I'm going to print a new line so that the next row will go from the next line. Because we didn't use slash n, all the elements will be printed in the same row. Now let us see the outcome. Now you see, you got the output in the matrix form. So this is only for the output sake, so nothing to do with how they are organized in memory. And this is a simple example where we declared a 3x4 matrix and we used two loops to read or to iterate through all the values of the array. Here I begins with 0. Let's assume I starts here, and then for this row j will go from 0 to 3. So I 0 0 will be read, then 0 1 will be read, then 0 2 will be read, and so on. Now once the complete row is read, then I moves from 0 to 1. So again I stays here and j moves from 0 to 3. And that's how it moves. So this is the intent of this loop. For each row, we will navigate through all the columns and then we will refer to the individual elements using aij. Now this is fine. Now I want to add one more topic to this. Now instead of reading a specific matrix, I can even request for matrix. Let's say I will declare an array of 10 by 10. Now I will read the value of m comma n. So let's say printf enter dimensions. Let's say m and n. %d, ampersand m and ampersand n. So now that they entered m and n, so we can actually iterate through till less than m and less than n. So to make it an m by n matrix, and also we can print the values like this till we go till less than m and less than n. That's all. So we made this an m by n matrix where we actually declared the sufficient or adequate size, and later on we read the values of m and n, and we read an m by n matrix and we printed the values of the m by n matrix. That's all. You see that we have read a 2 by 2 matrix. Now here we mentioned both the size of a row and the column. And this is how we can read the m by n matrix. This is pretty simple, don't worry. So we will, once we do the other examples, we will be able to know it easily.